Toy Daddies, TPC and Toy Daddies.
Welcome to the Toy Pick Community Top 10!
TPC and Toy Daddies, TPC and Toy Daddies.
Welcome to the Toy Pick Community Top 10! Brought to you by the Toy Daddies.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Yimbo coming back to you with another TPC Top 10 brought to you by your Toy Daddies. With me on this side, tickle, 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 is Chewy. No chewing. How are you, my friends? Oh, wait, we switched.
There we go.
This way now.
Better. What's going on? Good evening for you. I see a nice background for you.
Yeah, a little different. So I was just telling Chewy, but right before we started, I was like, well, I wasn't sure how this was going to go because I am on location at the Jersey Shore, and I have to stream from outside, and I'm getting bit up by bugs. So we know our buddy Toy Father probably isn't making it unless he does a Herculean, run in at the last second. So while it's just the two of us, and I'm happy to sacrifice my body as a mosquito blood bag for all of you. But this might be a little quicker show this evening.
Oh no, we lost him. No, he's back.
Yeah, see, and I even kicked myself off the Wi-Fi, so I'm just on my 5G. So anyway, it should all work out. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Thank you for joining us. But you got two of your three Toy Daddies. I'm sacrificing my body for you.
Absolutely. As always, it's the TPC Top 10. We're celebrating photos as voted by the Toy Pick community. As always, if you like what you see, click that like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. But we got some folks in the chat that we should say hello to. So we got our boy, 80 Figs. Our other boy, Plastic Peeps, what's going on? One of the best posers in the community. We got Action Figure Dreamer, one of the best photographers in the community. Some really phenomenal stuff that this photographer does. Friend of the show, Shaver Price. Yo. Another friend of the show, Window Box. How's it going? And Christopher's favorite copter in the whole wide world, Thanos Copter. Toys R Us Kid 81, what's up from Georgia? Hey,
what's going on?
We got M. McKinney. What's going on? M. McKinney always has some good questions.
To
create some, discussion over.
Mm-hmm.
You're bigger man than me, Yimbo. I can't with these dang mosquitoes. That's true. I got one mosquito bite on my ankle today. I'm a wuss. I hate it. I'm probably gonna scrape the bug bite until it's like blood.
Well, if you see me, like I have my little ring light out here, as you can tell. So that's kind of drawing their attention. But if you see me scratching here or brushing or just know I feel things on me.
Please. We got Plastic Peep saying "aw." Oh, because I said the thing. Yeah. And we got Loco Lou. What's popping, people? Thanks for joining us. I have the slideshow, and you know what? Let's just bring that up right now. Click here. Oh, nope, that's not right. Come on.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to share a personal thing that I'm excited about. Although I guess that could be for when. Where did you slot us for what's making us happy?
Very first one, because you said it's going to be a shorter show. It's slightly faster when we do it that way.
Yeah.
Slightly. It's the same slides, but we move a little quicker. Let's see. Present. Share screen. You guys are seeing a lot of behind the scenes action. Normally that third person really picks up a lot of this.
Yeah, right now, like basically I just dumped everything on Chewy when I'm like, I'm on a phone.
I'm on a boat. I was on a boat earlier.
Ooh.
It was fun. I enjoyed myself. And so, the very first slide we got, what is making us happy? What's making you happy, Yimbo?
All right, so number one, outside of, and again, it's not just, it's not just lip service, but getting to hang out with my buddy Chewy. Sometimes, like most of the time, Toy Father, but get to hang out with you guys, as you know, hanging out with all of you in the chat. Again, it's so appreciated you taking your time to hang out with us. celebrating all this wonderful toy photography. On a personal note, what I am super fired up about is Saturday, I get to do my toy photography like library tutorial / demonstration, which I already said to you I am nervous about, but I prepare, so I'm prepared. But it's still nerve wracking because I don't know how many people are going. I don't know. So I'm
It's a
excited.
live session of
Yeah,
Yimbo's toy photography tips.
it is. It's going to be really neat. So it's an hour long session. I'm doing 2 of them. Um, and I try to make it where I'm going to crush through, because you guys all know I can talk, crush through the talking portion in about 30-35 minutes. And then I'm going to have all of these, like, I'm going to have my extreme set, a few diorama prints, scattered about. I have about 20 to 25 like mix of McFarlane and Legends. And if people want to, shoot some stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I could talk for it. My wife had to be like, "You over prepared," but I'm like, I'm a teacher. This is what I do. She's like, "This is too much."
3-act structure. Like, this is your toy. This is posing. This is lighting. This is the setup. And now let's bring it all together.
Yep.
Are you going to bring in any elements like atmosphere aerosol or a can of water or like a spray bottle?
Yes, I am bringing my atmosphere aerosol. Don't forget, what's that code again?
No chewing 15 all caps.
There you go. So yes, if I am bringing my atmosphere aerosol, I'm going to show that off, and I actually did structure kind of like what you're talking about, because I'm going to be, given the basics, like literally how you can start with your phone, like just a camera and an action figure. Just that's all you need to get going. And as I go through the different steps of like, and again, I'm just doing this as like my own journey. Like, this is how I started. Then all of a sudden I discovered premium figures. It's like, what's a Mafex? Well, how do you say Mafex? I don't know.
Even technical terms like what's a bounce card?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So then my plan is that I'm going to be building a scene in front of them, like a live, as I'm going through these elements. And then when I get to like, and then you're going to be interested in lighting, and here's how, and then I'm going to set my lighting up. And then, you might want to dabble into the atmosphere or get to this, and here's some stands. And so I'm kind of doing a crash course of the toy photography journey that I've been on. We're all a little bit different, a little bit the same. Yeah.
The important thing, don't forget the stickers. People love stickers.
Oh, I have the stickers ready. I wish I had more Toy Daddy ones. But I am going to be, shout out our show, of course. And my nieces were super into the It All Figure stickers. Shockingly. Yeah. Like I got to see them today, and they're like, "That's you with Spider-Man." I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So yes, that's what's making me happy right now.
Awesome. Before I say what's making me happy, let's say hello to a few more folks that joined our chat. Art G, awesome. Those unfamiliar with Art G also has this fantastic YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
We got the legendary, heroic Chubsy Wubsy.
What's up, Chubbs?
Support small business. Big fan of this guy and his wife. Small shop in New Jersey. If you're local, if you're not, and you just want to go to the website and support small businesses, I'm a big proponent of that.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Cal the Collector ready for this week's top 10. We got the Great Mewtwo. This is the play. Plastic Peeps is saying, are you teaching with a cell camera?
Well, I was going to, that's how I'm starting the pitch. Because like my whole entire first year of toy photography, at least 10 or 11 months of it was just about a year, was all phone, just like exclusively my 11 Pro. And like, I'm going to explain why I made the choices to go into getting a camera and everything, but it's not in the set. Peeps, you're a prime example. So you don't need to upgrade. It was for me, different challenges, different things to learn in terms of like more control over the lighting and etc.
I will say for myself, if I'm not in my office shooting photos or in my house or in my normal spots that I tend to shoot with a camera, I prefer a cell phone. It is better adept for taking in the environment that you're in at that moment.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of value there.
Oh yeah, and I mean, I use mine on a daily basis. I was using mine today because I usually do all of my story stuff, like just like
Oh yeah.
and post things up. It just again makes it nice and easy.
Every time you see me as a floating head, it's a cell phone.
Right, right. So yes, I will be using cell phone. I'm going to show off my setup with my camera, but again, like I'm going to be leading up to that and hitting everything. So but
Perfect.
anyway, thanks for the question, peeps.
We have Make It Move Media in the house, and those that aren't aware of this person should become further aware. The videos that they post are phenomenal. Today was a Mikey one, Ninja Turtle Mikey's one. Awesome, incredible, magic. Honestly, seriously, magic. Another magician in the house. It All Figures. The kindest guy that made us into superheroes. Now we handle out stickers. It's amazing. This fellow has a odious comic book coming out at the end of the year, and he's also working on his own graphic novel, and he's showing some early rough sketches. That's awesome. I was actually going to say, and that's a good segue, seeing people produce more and more toys, it's a thing that's been making us happy all year. But, you know, with, was it the metaverse figures that are like the sculpted by four horse. I hope I'm saying that right. Sculpted by four horsemen, but you know, partnered with one of the creators from that made Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
and one of the videos that they showed was like the super swappable meta travelers, super swappable components of the figures. I'm excited for it. It was a style that I really enjoyed, but also seeing that It All Figures is doing more art. You know, one of the things he was saying to us on the show is that like this community brought him back into like the things that he loved, like toys and photography. And you know, I'm seeing a lot more drawing from him. I'm sure he drew before, but that's making me happy. So It All Figures. Anyone in this chat that's not following him, please do so. As well as anyone else in this chat. I love everyone that joins this chat.
It's the perfect segue, perfect reminder, I should say, where we like to say this once a show, but this is a perfect time. If you discover anybody new, whether it's from the top 10 or right here in this chat, be sure to follow each other, you know, and support one another, just like we try to hit everybody as, you know, as many times. Just again, none of us alone can do it. It's got to be a community. And again, it's a community we continue to grow, you know, but, you know, we're still Banksy. We're still Banksy, everybody.
That's
you know
right.
this.
We have Retro Storm in the house. What's going on?
What's up?
I believe TPC last night posted his photo from last week's Fast Pass feature.
Nice.
We're going to be doing that as well tonight. Toys R Us Kid has ordered from Chubsy's before. We got Diggs Figs. Yimbo streaming from Off World.
No, I mean unless you want to consider the Jersey Shore Off World, that's fair. You know, there was that MTV stretch. There was that stretch. We did look like we were from another galaxy, but yes, that's where I am right now.
We got Toy Mirth in the house, and here you go, Yimbo.
Jukebox hero. Are you gonna come save me from the Jersey Devil? Because that's actually not far from here, like the Cranberry Bog with the main lure. So I'm just saying. You gonna come get me?
Also, It All Figures dubbed you Professor Yimbledore.
I'll take it.
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid. But ultimately, it's that. I'm just loving that it's continuing on, people, with all this creativity, these Kickstarters. It makes it hard in the wallet, but it's good for everyone that's a hard decision.
Yeah.
That there's so many cool things happening.
It's nice to see stuff like, not to like rip off a scab, but I know that part of the, like, you know, something that we've really cemented in terms of how we like to approach toys and having these conversations and spending our time with all of you live. It's that we want to enjoy things and we want to look to the good around us, you know? And like I said, not to rip off the scab, but I'm going to go there for a second. But like the HasLab charger, like, you know, it was sad that like there were people that were celebrating, because like I was somebody that was excited. I think you were too, you know, like to get our hands on that toy. And for all the reasons that could be argued, I get it. But we're at a point now where we're like, we are seeing things getting funded. You can have choice to it. Like, it's just that so many more people are joining or like willing to back a Thundercats lair. You know what I mean? Like that's amazing. Like I want the Thundercats lair.
That's gonna be a thing. You're gonna
Like
see
I
it in
love
your-
that I have that option. That it's like I'm not sitting here like, well, I can't get it, and meh, like I hope it fails. No, like I love that. That's amazing. Like
The
Super
Ghost?
7 crushed that. Yeah,
$500 for you. It's a vintage series Ghost. This thing's gonna
Yeah.
be bigger than my desk, and I'm
So it's-
probably gonna back it.
yeah, and that's okay. But that's what's so nice. That's what I mean. So getting back to again the positive things is that not only are we seeing so many more projects, but they're getting backed and things are happening. And
Final day for the DeLorean tomorrow.
Final day for the door, which we already know has been collected so much Kickstarter money.
And I believe they announced recently that they're just excited. They've given us that final tier regardless.
That's awesome. That's great.
So cool.
And then I think, not that like I'm super up to date on his stuff, but I think I just saw Shardibus is trying out his Kickstarter again. Am I
really?
crazy?
I didn't see it.
Which would make sense because that like he launched his. That was more like Street Humans. I forgot. I think that's his thing. I think it's coming
I think
back.
It's street level.
Street
Like
level, yeah.
civilian clothes.
Right. And it looks great. Like they looked cool back then, but again, wrong time of history for that to go. And I guess if I saw this correctly, and again, I'm not even seeing the chat, everybody, so you're gonna have to fill in Shoei for me. But I'm almost positive I saw that, and like, good on him, you know, because he did get to see the success of so many now countless toy lines make it because we're excited. We have
Street
a passionate street human. Oh, sorry. Okay. So it's just neat. That makes me good for him for doing it, you know, dusting himself off and getting back up and just all this stuff. There's so much good. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. I'm excited.
No, I'm with you,
this is
like-
seltzer just water, but I'm excited for toys.
Sure. We're keeping it clean, but no one inspected that cup. Also joining us tonight, we have Toyac17, great fellow, him an unworthy collector. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, a worthy addiction. It's the Rowdy Boys coming back together again. It'll be a good show. Go check them out. And also, your boys got toys in here.
Nice.
No Chewy flaunting that discontinued. Oh, yeah, discontinued IKEA merch. Unfortunately, Detolfs are now dead for the moment.
Are they really?
I don't know. Maybe things go away and then come back. We've seen it all the time. But at this current moment, it's unlisted.
Wow. All right.
And end of there. Watch tomorrow. It's like Detolf 2.0.
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on, everybody. That's
It's like everyone's mourning, trying to like hunt down the last of the Detolfs.
Yeah.
Tomorrow they come out with one instead of the glass shelf. It's wood.
yeah.
We got Ladande. Welcome. And the very first question from M. McKinney. First question of the day in the toy pick genre. What's one picture I would love to see? What's one picture I would love to see one of your community members make, for example? You say I want to see a super awesome Predator versus Wolverine toy pick.
Well, I think McKinney, I'm gonna throw this out to you, buddy. I'm gonna say that's the type of question I typically ask myself before, like when I'm not in a prime. If I'm, just what am I gonna? I just want to play with my toys, and I go to the basement. Like, what do I want to do? That's the type of question I'll ask myself. So that's just a great general question. Because someone like Junior, I know I like to mash stuff up. You just did Deadpool riding Iron Man. You're not opposed to like a
I'll
silly.
shameless plug that if you want to see Deadpool ride the Invincible Iron Man. I got one of those for you. Right now, I've been really enjoying, and we'll talk about him later in the top 10. Storybook Heroes.
Oh yeah.
If you want to see some superheroes portrayed in a real kind of like real atmosphere environment, he is crushing it. Like I'm a big fan of seeing it every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think that's just it's a general, honestly, great question to pose, and it's like a good one that you can ask yourself, especially if you're in like a creative moment rut. Like just be like, who do I want to see punch each other in the face, and then go from there. So for me, because I have that's why I've been buying all these toys for the last couple of years, because I want to be able to go, I want to see these two people fight. I can do that. Like, that's why I have them. You know?
I have the power. I have the
Yeah.
technology.
Right.
I am TJ Williams.
What's
welcome,
up,
welcome.
TJ?
And M. McKinney's clarifying. I meant you guys would love to see. I would love to see. I love food pictures. So toys, characters enjoying like a meal or like going to like a taco
That's
truck.
your mashup.
I love that. Like, give me like just food and toys. Like, I'm a big fan of it. I mean, in scale or even out of scale, I don't care. It normally catches my eye.
I'm trying to think because you know what really always, I guess this is all of us, right? Like our fandoms. Like this is why we get fired up for like cameos in MCU movies or like Deadpool 3. Like I always like a mashup when it's like X-Men and Avengers because you know it can happen at any time. You know, like, or it's just like, why are they? And then when it's like, whereas like, you know, mixing up DC and Marvel, you know that they're not going to have anything. Like, you know, our childhood, they actually played nice in the comic books, right? They had a little run there.
There's a Lego listing that's very interesting for 24. It's
Okay.
there's not a big description. It just says DC Marvel set.
Oh, that's
very curious if they were able to achieve something that normally is not possible. And if I had to guess a toy company that can do it, Lego
would be
can
Lego.
do it.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah. So
actually, you're right. If I see Hugh Jackman Wolverine in almost any setting, like Fantastic Four, Avengers, Elf, Superman, Batman, it works for me.
Yeah, I you know who I'd like to see? I think it would be really cool if that would be. We'll never see it in anything other than toy photography. Would be like Thanos versus Superman. Like that would be a fun fight to me because you know obviously, but you would think that Thanos would find a way to weaponize kryptonite against Supes Clark.
yeah.
But I think that would be. I know that Darkseid and Thanos are very much linked together, but I don't know. I still think that would be fun because I like Thanos so much, or at least the MCU version. I love that version so much.
Plastic Peep says food and toys. Bet I can do that.
I'm
looking forward to more of that. I'm into that. And your boys got toys says that Dan's toy art always does great crossovers.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Dan, he went on a crazy run with Indiana Jones and Captain America, like meeting up and tag teaming artifacts, and did a great like series with those guys.
Was it Dwayne Shoots Toys? I think does a pretty good, mix of characters in a real world environment as well, like a record store or a comic shop.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the chat, we got Thunder House Design. Welcome, and also saying Infinity Gauntlet of different kryptonites.
Yes, based on Super Pets. Yeah, I know all the colors, right?
That's solid. There's a lot
that would
that
be
can
really good. Yeah.
But yeah, right. I say move on. I believe we have a lot that's making us happy. In the chat, keep going. You're always the thing that makes us happy.
Yes, and Chewy will bring up those comments. So don't forget, tell us what's making you happy, because it doesn't matter if we'll do it in between some pictures that we celebrate tonight.
Thanos Copter says, I still prefer comic Thanos. He did it for love. I think Thanos Copter is biased though. I think he should love all Thanos and all copters. Oh, we met Thunderhouse Design briefly at ChrisCon.
Oh, that's right. Yes, we did. That's awesome. Yeah, sorry. Again, faces, real names, aliases.
I'm just looking at your logo. I don't remember seeing this person. The I think that's Batman going through fire. I don't think I saw this person at ChrisCon.
Oh, that's so great. That's so awesome. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And this is a good time to remind you, because this is your first time, but that we always like to say that how much we appreciate all of you live here chatting along with us as we celebrate these amazing toy photos. And if you're catching the replay, again, thank you for taking part of your life listening to us talk about toys and photography.
Awesome. Absolutely. Like, share, subscribe, click.
Oh, yes, those things.
All those things. The YouTuber slogan.
Yep.
All right. We're going over it first. It is the secret hashtag photos that we selected from last week's secret hashtag, TPC_sunshine. Yimbo, I think you chose Sid Vicious Toys.
I did indeed. Hey, you know I love me some Dick Swagger, baby, right?
Nothing more swaggerish than this. Perfect
Yep.
jump off.
It was amazing. I do hope I get to talk about it in more detail. So congratulations again. That just caught my eye. Love the pose. It's awesome.
I hope we talk about all these photos in detail because we all choose, behind the scenes, we all choose separate photos.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happened that we chose ones that were very color themes.
Yeah,
so
you're
I
right.
chose Chava Fernando's Ryu, either Dark Rio or otherwise. I'm doing a Hadouken, and it's a beautiful silhouette, so I chose that one. And
by the way, if I may, because Fernando's a friend of ours, friend of the show, but friend of ours. We talk, we collab with him. I think we've mentioned he was here in a chat because he had a picture where it was on the surf and the ocean came up and ate his camera. Like his actual camera is broken at the moment. So he's had to, again, in terms of just switching it up, going from camera-based primarily photographer to now using his cell phone. And I believe this is now, like, everything since then has been his cell phone. So I think he just did this. And once again, showing it doesn't matter what the equipment is. It's always about the photographer. Like,
big proponent of use what you have. You don't have to spend a ton of money upgrading your equipment. And I mean, I'm not saying you if you want to not, but I'm saying you don't need to.
Yeah, the entry point for this hobby is just
most important
whatever you have on it.
Always the most important thing, just have fun with it.
Yes.
Oh, Retro Storm says that he has a stormtrooper eating and making pizza in his profile. I will check that out. And we have Mr. Paul Morales in the house.
What's going on?
Oh, and the last photo was selected by Toy Father. It's by Dalbert Lee. And it's a sweet Funko Pop of He-Man himself staring down the gates of Grayskull.
Nice.
What's going on, Zach? Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Zach, what's up?
Did you know that Mattel is opening up soon to open up their theme park?
What? That's a thing?
There's a theme park. Mattel has a theme park, and one of those attractions in that theme park is a laser tag arena set inside of Grayskull.
I mean, I want to do that instantly.
I want to do that. I think it's somewhere in Arizona. It's this theme park.
I got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't opened yet, but
okay.
When I heard that, I'm like, that is really clever.
I will go to Arizona for that.
I feel like it would also be very aggressive.
Well, yes, yeah. It would have to. We'd have to rent it out. Get some toy photographers to come with us.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Hopefully, these photos get some love. They will be featured next week on the Toy Pick Community Instagram page. Come on. To continue on, and I'm biased. If you care to do so, you want to go over a challenge. This week's hashtag is TPC_Reds. I want to see some photos with red in it. Really open-ended. If it doesn't have red, that's cool too. Just use the hashtag. Everyone's welcome.
I guess number 10.
Mine doesn't have volume either.
Why is mine the only computer that works?
Well, I do need to replace my computer. I think I will just get a Mac Mini. It's very turnkey for myself.
Yeah.
I don't have to do much planning or building. So the very first one we got Olivier Mortier, a friend of the show, frequent flyer on the TPC top 10 for very good reason, because this shot is awesome. Yeah, but what do you think?
The reflection is catching me immediately. So yeah, no, this is just it's gorgeous. Yeah, that reflection for me is what nails it. Like, it's a really nice, symmetrical, just well done. And
especially with knowledge of how Olivier shoots his photos, this is practical.
Yeah,
is really cool.
Yeah.
Really awesome achievement of capturing all the water hitting the helmet as well as splashing behind the left foot is really great. We have disavowed action figures. What's going on? And yep, such a beautiful shot. Absolutely agreed. Are these ones coming from Chris or for Olivier?
It would be from Chris. I was 1 through 4.
Okay. Olivier Mortier. What was your favorite toy as a child? I am very fond of Lego. My brother and I used to invent a lot. Classic. I think, that's a unifying toy for many people.
Mm-hmm.
The love of Lego. What figurines in the photo? It's the Mega Man from Band Presto. I'm not familiar with it. And what's the story behind your photo? It's a fairly classic portrait. I placed my figure in a tub of water. I used a metal plate to create a dark background. I created the rain with my water hose. It's a style of photography I do regularly. I like it.
That's awesome. That's really great.
I mean,
that's not amazing. A waterfall. Okay. I just assumed it was.
That's not a 1-to-1 Mega Man that he saw in the wild. Good. And what's making you happy in the toy community at this moment? What makes me happy is seeing the community grow every day and seeing so many of us progress. Awesome. So cool.
Thanks,
thank you so much, Olivier. Always welcome. And we got some people talking about it. Great Mega Man shot. And we have Sir Dork. Welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy? All right. Let's move on to number 9.
Number 9.
KC Whitey Toys. Whitey Toys.
Whitey Toys. KC Whitey Toys. That works.
It's hard being the one to read it, not correct it.
Yeah.
When you read it, I can correct you, but when I read it myself, I'm like, wait a minute.
KC Whitey Toys. That works too.
This is really cool. Great use of this vehicle and this Batman. What are you thinking about?
I mean, I'm curious to know if this. What does it look like to you? Does it look practical? Practical fireworks going on there?
I think I can. You can see it in the back tire, a little half circle. I have to imagine this is one of Sir Dork's recommendation on using practical fireworks. It looks like half of a crackling ball, so I feel like this.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, it's very cool, man. Especially with the bokeh in the front, because that was something that when I started learning my camera more and like pushing it from like first it was like f5.6 and then going down the numbers, and learning how that bokeh affects everything. Mm-hmm. Definitely lowering your f-stop. Like F2, F5, you will get really good movement. Look, because you're blurring the tire. So, like, it just looks like, again, with nothing special outside of knowing how to play with your camera. But to get that nice blur, it doesn't seem to be. And again, you could stop me if I'm wrong. I'm looking at a smaller screen tonight.
No. It's definitely blurred out in the front. They definitely put the focus on Batman himself and then use a smaller aperture to tighten in the focus.
Yeah, so it's just what I've discovered for myself, and that's what it. Again, this picture is reinforcing that if you do, just have that one strong focal point. In this case, Batman, his face emblem, all that. Then you get a lot of awesome looking movement, and then especially when you set off fireworks behind your toys.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done it often, but it makes such a cool effect, and especially if you're able to capture it because it goes quick.
Right.
One crackling ball, you got about like 7 seconds to capture what you need, or maybe longer. But to me, it feels like it goes very quick. And I also love the slight Dutch angle as well. That's cool. Mm-hmm. And the wired cape. McFarlane with a wired cape. Perfect.
Is that Mezco? No, that's a Mezco.
Is that Mezco?
That looks like a Mezco.
Is it? Do Mezcos
fit
on
McFarlane's but Mezco's Because those McFarlane bikes, yes, they're like for the larger size, but like I've used Mezco figures on McFarlane, like Batman stuff. They work, but I'm pretty sure it's a Mezco, and I think that's still an aftermarket cape though. I think that's still like an additional because like they weren't doing wired Batman capes at that point.
Okay. Oh, and as always, the chat helps us out. That's your boys got toys. That's a
Yeah, there you go.
Mezco limited edition. Very cool. Thank you.
It's
Awesome
almost
toy.
like we've been looking at toys every day for the last 2 years of our life.
Oh boy. I'm
I love
trying to
my
figure out
toys.
if we got any other answers to our questions. It doesn't look like we have, but that's okay. If Casey Whitey Toys sees this, wants to answer those questions, I'm sure Toy Father sends out those questions off to this photographer. It's cool.
And you know what? I'll throw out too, in case anybody hit me back from last week, because I'm using my one device, yada yada. Yada. Like if you responded to me last week, and I don't know, I literally don't know if this applies right now, but I will hit you up next week, like on the show, just so you know. Won't be tonight as I fight these bugs. All right.
88 Figs. Ooh, I like the cricket aesthetic. Yes, that's right. It's a lo-fi cricket sound. Yimbo's actually in his house. It's just a digital background of a patio.
It took me a second. I'm like, oh yeah, there are crickets out here. Yeah, that's.
I mean, like how Chris doesn't like dead air. Like
Yeah.
this would force me to be like, yeah, no dead air.
Yeah.
The crickets are there. They're waiting. And McKinney with the second question of the day. In the toy pick genre, for the fans like me that want to do photography but don't know what they need, what do you think are the top essentials to start besides a camera?
This is what I'm doing my presentation on, McKinney. So
are you in
have
New Jersey? Would you like to go to the library?
So literally one of my main points is like, don't even like when I talk about dioramas and I do start with diorama prints as like this is a nice way to get going, extreme sets, showing them off, and then getting into the Lone Wolf Labs and 78 points of articulation. Yeah, I'm gonna shout out my boys because I gotta, show off their work because like it's in phases. Like that's how I've looked at it. Like I said, no one's gonna like none of this for anything. You're gonna learn overnight. So you stagger it, and it is a matter of I would go lighting even before diorama stuff because
Yes,
you can make the
agreed.
world around you whatever you want it to be, and that's what I did. I had 5 good spots around my property, my house, and my backyard.
Absolutely agree. I believe you should start with one good size RGB light, ranging between $20 to $40. We always reference Ulanzi, very affordable.
Yep.
And then, so 1 to 3, 3 being if you want to try out the triangle lighting, you definitely just start with 1. And then I want to pull something from 1/6 shooter. You need a bounce card, but you don't necessarily have to pay for one. Anything can be a bounce card, a shiny toy box, or tin foil wrapped around a piece of cardboard that you got from an Amazon package. And I think you're off and running.
Yeah. So don't go nuts, McKinney. The easiest thing. You got to start. You got to rip the Band-Aid off. I know you've heard that expression before, but it's true. Like, just get going with it, And my final thing that I'm ending on is before I send these people, like whoever's going to be there off to like play with my toys and dioramas to see what they can do in like 20 minutes. Like I'm going to show them filling the frame. So that's basically where, again, it's not fearing the edge. It's not edge shearing where, like here, if I get real close, like I am not afraid, you know what I mean? Like filling the frame, fill your frame, but with the toy. And that to me, when I started doing that, when it was like, oh, I'm getting like realistic looking stuff. And then you can figure out angle. I don't know. Am I rambling too much?
No, I think it's all good. What I would probably summarize that as take a look at what's out there, what people do,
Yeah.
and try to emulate. One One of the things that people used to say was just awful within art is that, people were just a tracer. Like seeing
Mhm.
someone's pose within a comic book and you copy it, being called out as a tracer. But that's how you learn. You
Right.
learn that type of thing, and then you build off of it into your own style.
Yeah.
The fastest way we ever help each other is by learning from each other, by emulating one another and being inspired by that. Trying to reinvent the wheel all by yourself every single time. Some people may be able to do that, but that's kind of a fool's errand.
Right, because you can't just, it's just like anything. This is why there's no one definitive like parenting book. There's suggestions, like there's things that we can learn from, but every person's different. My journey's not going to be your journey. But like all I can say is I'm totally with you, Chewy. Like get the camera phone, get one figure, get one RGB light, pick a background in the world around you, and posing. Just focus on your posing. I think like I went posing, then I went lighting. And then I went dioramas. Like that was my personal progression.
If you want easy inspiration, I keep this by my desk and flip through it because I love the story. I love the art in it. But it helps me pose out Spider-Man often enough to be like, okay, this is how, a professional artist would pose out Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I will. And that's what, is his visual representation of it. So,
right.
Yeah. All good things. We should move on.
Yep.
I'm sure Yimbo has at least 17.
I feel like, it's okay. Number 8.
Lindsay Toy Shots. This is super cool. Go ahead, Yimbo. Tell me what you love.
Yeah, no, this is I love the back-to-back Batman shots. So shout out, that's amazing. I'm super into, again, the posing of this, even though this is the fill the frame. This is the edge shearing, not being afraid of cutting off the aspects of the figure to get really in there. So it pulls you into this moment. It puts us, because we're like on eye level with Batman. So we're in there as the audience. He's getting choked out. We all know that, like, we could feel his pain and his struggle. And I'm just taking all the compliments. But yeah, like it's
it's there. Go.
I was just gonna say too, this is Mezco at their best. They're including, because it's not always, but when they include the battle damaged alt head sculpt, chef kiss.
I was actually gonna ask what figure is this, because I know we don't have the answers. And Lindsay Toy Shots, if you see this and you want to answer it, please send it in. We will tag it add it to this photo. We will talk about it the following week. But I'm with you. That head sculpt is crazy good.
There was a stretch where they had 3 back-to-back Batman, and I have one of them now. I have the Aspiring Knight, and he's cool. But then there was like the Supreme Knight, and then there was something else. Ascending, Aspiring, and Sovereign, or maybe Sovereign. I don't know. Maybe it's Sovereign Knight. This might be Sovereign Knight.
I thought Sovereign didn't have the emblem like that.
Then it might be one of those others. I just know it's not the Aspiring.
Aspirational Batman.
Isn't Aspiring? No, Ascending. I think
Ascending is one.
I have Ascending Knight. Supreme Knight?
Oh,
whatever.
Thunderhouse Design says Sovereign, so
it is Sovereign. All right.
2 versus 1.
Because it might be the head sculpt. It could just be that head. I actually own. No, not that head sculpt. I wish, but I have one that I can use on my Batman. That I bought from Lone Wolf at a con, but it was from one of the other ones. So yeah, they all mix and match.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really cool. I love the close up, and as you said, you can feel the intensity of it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though Deathstroke isn't fully in the frame or in focus, it's slightly blurred out. You know exactly who that is.
Yeah.
So congratulations, amazing shot, Lindsay Toy Shots. Again, if you see this, you want to answer the questions, we'd love to celebrate this photo a second time.
Number 7.
we got Toys R Us Kid 81 with this incredible Dr. Doom shot. Yimbo, take it away.
Jeez. So where did you get that portrait? Is that a made portrait? I'm starting getting all close. Is that a digital effect? What is back there? I
don't know if I have the answers. I think I do. Yes, I do. But I haven't read them over. If I guess, it's a practical portrait that was like this all feels practical.
This is a sensational shot. I love that throne and that carpet, just the everything. This is
Carpet,
awesome.
right?
It's great. What a nice touch. The
Yeah,
torches.
Torches,
Jeez.
the painting, the drapes. He has drapes.
Yeah.
All right, Toys R Us Kid 81, and I think Toys R Us 81's in the chat right now. Actually, yep, he is. And
Printed portrait. Beautiful.
nice, so cool.
Yeah.
This is Doom is no man's second choice.
This is totally epic. Like Dr. Doom is so badass. I would see he would print out this portrait, this picture, to then hang up behind him.
No,
That would be amazing.
He would be very just to that variant artist that is painting him, but he's having that hand painted.
Yeah.
There's no prints out. It is oil paints or bust for Doom.
Fair.
And
this is
that frame is Latvian steel.
Oh, nice.
My favorite toy growing up was anything Transformers, but Jetfire definitely got the most use. Jetfire is fantastic. This is the Marvel Legends Dr. Doom. Ooh, modular soft goods.
Nice.
That is really incredible. I mean, you're on a phone, but the knee, the armor on the knee, it did not. I wouldn't have, I kind of guessed it was Marvel Legends, but I also would be very comfortable being wrong.
No, so we've talked about this many times that there are those legends that definitely are in the at least the talking point. They're at least an argument with premium level. And I will say this is one of those instances for me when I saw again Mezco coming out. Theirs looks amazing, sculpted by Four Horsemen. Like it's going to be great. I looked at my legends and I'm like, in terms of my fandom for Doom, who again he's a super badass. I love him. But I'm like, I can stop at this Legends figure because it's that good,
Yes.
And I just want to get the soft goods. So
absolutely,
I'll have to do it.
I think I've seen a hood like this from GPS Lot.
Mm-hmm.
All right, for the third question about what's the story behind this photo. Well, this is actually a photo I did 2 years ago. The dial was from Kraken's Customs, and the throne was from Vito's Toy Closet on Instagram. Really just wanted to showcase Dr. Doom's ego. I think the self-portrait did the job.
Nice.
I plan to revisit the shot as I was still learning about lighting and composition and have learned so much since. Well, this is beautiful. If you return to this every year and just keep upping it, I'm all for it.
That is, yeah. I would love to see an updated take, although it doesn't need it as this particular image, like a tweak of it, like an extension of the story or time passing. But this particular image is fantastic.
And for the final question about what's making Toys R Us Kid 81 happy in the toy community right now, what's making me happy in the community is being able to collaborate with other photographers or showcasing dials from various makers around the world. Also, just being able to experience playing with toys I never had as a kid. Isn't that so true? All the toys you didn't have as a kid, now you can have so many different variations of it.
Yep.
Or
So
toys
true.
you had as a kid and you just wanted it again.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the answers. This is a fantastic photo.
Number 6.
Number 6, we got Randy Nerdica with this awesome shot of Spideys. We love Spideys. Everyone loves Spideys. This is cool.
we got the movie coming out. This is just again getting, or not the movie, the game coming out, getting
That's
me
right.
hyped up for it. Great editing. I love
This
nice
figure
choice of
just came
backdrop.
out.
What's up?
I think this Gamerverse figure of Miles just came out.
Oh, this is the updated one.
Yeah.
Can you tell the difference based on the suit? I think
it's the arm stripe on the arm.
I think you were correct. Yes, because
I
it was the
also could be very
lightning. No. You were right because I remember it wasn't a straight. It wasn't just a straight repackaging. They did. They tweaked.
That's so
You're right.
funny that like in the game, Miles needs a stripe. In the movie, Miles needs a red stripe.
I know. Isn't it? It's. I guess it's what's the little wrinkle? You know, like I've created perfection. Like if you're the movie designer or the video game design, like this is my Miles suit, and then it's like, all right, sequel, change it. But that was my design. That was it.
No, solid colors. People love it.
Yeah.
It's a canon event now. Miles has stripes.
Right.
Also, let's take a moment and say hello to Phantom Toyography. What's going on?
Sean?
Thank you for joining us. Yeah, I love this shot. I love a good team up and the webs and the movement. It's really cool. Mm-hmm. We have answers as well from Randy. So, for the favorite toy growing up, I really like Spider-Man since childhood. At first, I loved Spider-Man because of the 90s animated film, animated series, I believe. Until when I grew up, I played Spider-Man games on PS4. I want to have the figure and photograph it. Good job. For number 2, what toys are in this photo? I'm using the Marvel Legends Spider-Man figure Miles Morales Gamerverse and the Spider-Man symbiote. I don't think the Spider-Man symbiote will be too different from the one in the upcoming game. That's very true. I think they held true, or because it's Spider-Man, you'll get that costume.
Right.
And for the story behind the photo, I'm so excited about the upcoming Spider-Man 2 game. I saw the trailer and thought it might be something like this. Then I made the photo. The story is that 2 Spider-Men are ready for action. Peter Parker is now wearing a black costume like in the game. For the final question, what's making you happy in the toy community? I like to see pictures, lots of inspiration from friends around the world. I'm happy how friends in the community support and appreciate each other's pictures. I hope the community continues to grow. And Randy said, sorry if that was too long. It was not. We love long answers. We love all answers. Yep. So we appreciate it.
Oh, right. It's so epic. Yeah, this is a really, really fantastic shot. Nice job, Randy. And like I say, just fire me up for this game. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm just so excited. It's gonna be so good.
Fire me up for this toy. I don't have this version of Miles. I think I gotta go hunt it.
You know what's really interesting, and this is what I'm hoping, because when I read Peter Parker life story, Spider-Man life story, whatever that was,
yeah,
like when they did introduce Miles into that retelling of all those stories, like it was really interesting how Miles got to play the conscience for Pete, like because Pete's always been the morally, like he tries to do the right thing and is always on that side of things, where Miles, I'm excited for this game and having Miles play that role and seeing actual bully Parker, like not just Toby with an emo haircut. Like I think that we're going to see this symbiote suit going bananas in this game, the
Spider-Man that crushes Shocker's gloves and says checks in the mail, baby.
Yeah. Not that one.
No, that's the Spider-Man you want.
That's the one you want. Yeah,
that's edgy Spider-Man right there.
No, it's true. I do want to, I think that this game is going to deliver edgy Pete. I'm really fired up. It's going to be great. Just like really angry. Like that's what it should have been. He wasn't angry enough in Spider-Man 3. Got the dance.
Spider-Man 4, I want an angry Tom Holland.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, like, it's not hard to show someone who's like cranky.
I mean,
like or worse or mean.
Version. Spoilers if you have not seen No Way Home. But that boy has nothing. He has no friends, no family, no money, no classic suit, all that. I mean, he doesn't have his normal suits. He has his classic suit, but and then there's also that little Venom symbiote roaming around Hawaii or Mexico. I forget where he is.
Yeah,
but mix those two together, it's gonna be really good. M. McKinney, the third question. Spoiler, just in case. Third question of the day. From what we've seen in Sony and MCU, if Thanos and Spot were in a race to who can take over the universe first, who would win? And Thanos has 3 stones. People in the chat feel free to answer too.
I would say Spot. if someone's gonna be able to do it, like again, I don't know what Spot's ultimate. I mean, like it looks pretty bad. Again, without giving away too much, but like looks like the dude's got a nice power punch. Like his power levels are up there, surprisingly,
It keeps increasing. Yeah.
and it keeps increasing.
He can travel the multiverse.
And Thanos took about 10 years of MCU movies to get all those stones. So
Yeah.
thinking of in terms of a race, I think Spot's got him.
I think Spot's got him. One critique about it though is that I don't know if Spot's motivation's quite right. After rewatching the movie, I know he's mad.
Yeah.
I know he's in a bad spot. But I don't know if he's like, I want to destroy the universe level of mad. Like, I'm not sure if the motivation leads to that. Like, is enough.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
Thanos Copter, clearly the most biased copter in our chat, says again, 2 issues in the comic telling you comics Thanos is the GOAT. Very biased.
That is a fair, valid point. Valid point.
Although, if you said Thanos is a dog, then yeah, it'd be problematic. All right, moving on to number 5.
Number 5.
Figure 4 photos with this amazing Muhammad Ali shot, and also a secret hashtag feature from the week before.
Yeah, man. So Figure 4 Photos has been on here at different points in the past, and that's because Dylan takes really great pictures, and they always resonate because they're always so well done, so meticulously posed and crafted and lit. He's a great account to go follow because he's always putting really well thought out behind the scenes reels and information out there. If you were new and starting out, I'm super fired up because this just reminded me, not that it's this, but I just got my Mattel Creations email that they're shipping my Muhammad Ali finally.
Awesome.
My 2-pack.
Awesome. I know a lot
So
of
I'm
people
super pumped about that.
The Mezco Green Ranger, so I'm pumped to get that.
Yeah. So I think this is a Storm collectible.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw that out, right? With the cloth shorts.
I saw the answers, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And I think it's the only real Muhammad Ali figure out there that is like this.
Okay. Until I get mine. My 2-pack.
You get the Ultimate Edition.
No, but this one is real. Obviously, like look at this. Like Storm makes great stuff. The fact that it's the cloth goods shorts. Not that that's what makes this shot great. It's just the intensity. Feel like I can see him sweating. I don't know. I'm into it.
No, you're right. There's definitely a hint of mist or glow off of the figure. Great job. I love the shadow with the light from the middle of the face onto the collarbone. I think that's a nice touch and adds to the drama and realism of the photo.
Yeah. And it's cool too, because like without another boxer or opponent in that shot, like obviously it looks like he's swimming, but it could just be catching him in like the warm-ups, like you're just like ringside, you're the photographer of this upcoming match, and he's just doing his little warm-up thing, the little shadow boxing beforehand. So it all plays. That's how my mind went when I saw it.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect. Oh, and Loco Lou has the Mezco Green Ranger. It's dope. Can't put him down. I am looking forward to it. I have not gotten my shipping notification yet, but that will go be played with and find a nice spot in my Power Ranger detail cube.
By the way, I'm gonna let everybody know. Like I've been getting Twitter notifications. All these Mayfix figures are going up for all the things that we saw at Comic-Con. Those links, those pre-order links are going up right now. Everything. Riddler I just saw, and the Hush thing, and the Scarecrow, and everybody. All the links are going up. So just
Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
I don't know about it's everything. I'm getting these notifications that's like Ami. It's like whatever. Don't leave our stream to go do this. Check it out after. They're gonna live. Nothing's getting sold out, but things are becoming available.
Yeah, even with AOS, the ones I want are Age of Apocalypse Wolverine and Cyclops. I will wait until it's coming out. I'm not.
Yeah. No, I know. Same.
But
Just interesting that we're getting those notifications. They're becoming available like that because that's not far after Comic-Con.
No,
Or
not far at
Mayfest,
all.
you know? Like that's neat that they're at least up for pre-order.
Yes. Yeah, especially since a lot of those were just shown as gray models.
Yeah, yeah.
Question.
Yes.
You said Twitter. Is
X?
it still Twitter? X?
Is it X?
I mean, the logo is X.
And when I got an email from Twitter, I think it said formerly Twitter. I don't know.
X.
I mean,
It's formerly Twitter.
I have it just to have it. I still like Threads more, even though I don't use it as much as I could. But I enjoy, like my interactions with our toy photography friends and community over there.
Yeah, same.
But it's just again like that initial like, ooh, new app to play on. Like now it's it's just kind of part of the rotation of that's right, this app I should say hi.
Yeah, exactly. I just
what's going on over here.
I'm with that crowd. I'm like, you change the name, you change the brand, and I don't know what to call it. It's not a tweet anymore.
They have no idea what they're doing. Don't even.
It's a kiss. It's a hug and a kiss.
I have no idea. It's a bug bite. That's what it is. A bug bite. You make the X on your arm when you get the itchies.
And that's Gimbo's number 23 for mosquito bites of the night.
There you go.
For figure 4 foes, the answers are favorite toy growing up, the Jack's Bone Crusher WWF figure. It is in fact a Storm Collectibles Muhammad Ali, and it was inspired. He was inspired to shoot that Ali again after the Mattel Ultimate Edition Ali was announced.
There you go.
So,
yeah.
And for the final question, what is making figure 4 foes happy in the toy community right now? I see people elevating themselves and doing awesome things within the community. I've made so many amazing friends by taking up this hobby.
It's true.
So cool. So true. I made a lot of great friends. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone's elevating their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4.
All right. So I received answers from 3 of the 4 people that I reached out to. So I did screenshot to you Peeps answers. Plastic Peeps. Again, the hood community is one of the places that getting called a top tier poser, or you're such a major poser. What a poser this guy is. It is one of the utmost compliments you can be paid. And Plastic Peeps is that top tier pose level. Like I shouted his workout from, like mountaintops because it's so good. I like just the natural way, like just every placement, every muscle, like there's consideration there. And son of a gun, like this shot, just what a simple, like concept wise. They're going to do some detective work, but like it's a rare, like it's not a scene that I've seen. I'm sure people have done it, but like it hasn't crossed my feed. Just like Batman and the family being detectives. I just think that's so cool.
I haven't seen this 1/12 scale microscope.
Yeah.
And I know that this is the Batman 66 diorama, but the way Plastic Peeps has positioned it, especially with the dinosaur on the side, it makes it look larger than that diorama.
Oh yeah,
those playset pieces. And one thing I will say about him being a master poser, there are other people that do an amazing job of posing, no doubt. The thing that I love most about Plastic Peeps photos is that he, this is fairly limited. He normally has more figures in the photo, but he has endless character or figures in a photo, and he's posing them all out. Yeah. And he's able to capture like a group scene, like he did Guardians of the Galaxy shot. He had the entire team in there, and it was fantastic. And we don't see a lot of people do like a large group scene because it is hard. I don't do it. Most of my shots only have one figure because of how hard it can be.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the answers. First off, he says, "Hi, fellas. Thanks everyone for voting me in. My favorite toy is a difficult pick, but I'm getting maximal joy at the moment from a Spidey Kit Bash I just finished. Oh, cool. This photo probably contains 90% McFarlane toys, Nightfall Batman, Batgirl, Kit Bash, the 66 Robin heads, Onto the Dark Knight Returns Robin body.
Nice. Good call.
That is really good.
Yeah.
66 Batcave is the backdrop. The T-Rex is that Jurassic Park 4-inch scale one that roars when you move him. Foreground props come from all over. The microscope is a new pickup my girlfriend found on the Temu app. Coffee mugs came from toys I got at Five Below. Little gun thing is a Rick and Morty's prop. I can't see the other ones. Something from a Lego set. Clipboard is from Hobby Lobby. I think it says Hobby Lobby. It's cut off. Sorry, plastic peeps.
I sent 2 screenshots. Did I go through both of them? Okay.
Got it. Rick and Morty prop from a McFarlane build. Lego type set. Clipboard is from Hobby Lobby. The story behind it is pretty simple. I found that new Batman, which is the look I resonate most with. The microscope showed up and it looked too cool to not use it immediately. I had that T-Rex for a year, specifically for a Batcave scene, so I just threw it together. And lastly, a goal of mine right now is to find ways to make my shots more believable. I think you're there, buddy.
I laughed. I know. I was like, I didn't even know. It's like, dude, you're so there. You've been there. This is why, like, going back to you did the ladder series portraits. Those are ridiculous. The dancing ones. Were you referencing the Guardians dancing? Had he posted that one yet?
Yeah, that's what I'm referencing.
Yeah, like the dancing series that
so good.
Yeah, your apartment scenes, like everything is incredibly realistic. What are you talking about, peeps?
Well lived in, well realistic. Maybe it's a goal for 23. Mission accomplished. Get a new goal.
Yes,
you did it.
There you go.
Next goal. All right, moving on to number 3.
Number 3. All right, so this
toy animations.
Yeah. So this is one that I do know. Spoiler: we don't have answers from toy animation. So again, hit me if you get back to me. We will gladly revisit this shot at the start of next week's show. But man, toy animations is riding the turtle. The turtle hype train hasn't stopped. Right? None of us have gotten off the turtle hype train. I should also say,
don't stop.
Like, I was on Between Two Sentinels. I think this is our first shout out of this, but I started my night at 8:00 over there.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, getting to be a part of like a big panel of awesome toy photographers that are all turtle boys. And it was a great. So again, when you're done watching tonight, go check out Between Two Sentinels with Machu Toy and J Shot, and it's all turtle. Yeah, all turtle stuff. So it has not settled since, like, I feel like, what? Never? Has it never stopped? Like you're saying, has the train never stopped?
Never stopped. The train has never stopped. This train don't stop.
Yeah, I guess so, because I was like, well, I guess when the movie trailer dropped, and I was like, no, again, as toy people, like, NECA's dropping bombs on us, many times throughout a year. So I feel like turtles are always somewhere near the forefront at the top of my brain.
And the beauty of turtles is that they reinvent themselves every 3 to 5 to 10 years. They don't leave the pop culture zeitgeist for too long.
Right.
Whether it's comics, cartoons, or movies.
That's very true. And for this one, going back to the movies, like, what a great shot. April's coming down the ladder, right? At this point, like, Raph's just chilling. Is that how I'm looking at this? Or he's reading a magazine. My bad.
No, it's a comic.
Are they getting ready for like Tales from the Crypt? Okay. Do you think she's coming down? Like, they're about to have like a little movie night, even though he's chilling reading his comic? Like, he was just waiting for him.
I think they're just hanging. But I also think Leo has a little like anger where he's like, Raph, that's my comic. You need to ask permission before you take it from my beds.
You're gonna get your buttered fingers all over my comic book.
I'm noticing you washed your hands, Raph.
Right, yeah. I'm noticing a little triangle composition. If you take a look, this is a really great example of it, actually, with, like, you could literally see from April down through, but that would be a great, because those are 3 different focal points that your eyes will travel throughout, scanning the image.
Yeah, and this is an extreme set. Good use of it.
Yeah, this is awesome. So toy
Um,
animations. Yeah, what were we gonna say?
I was just gonna say, because you're on your phone, I know you can't see it, but he has a pair of Back to the Future Part 2 laceless
Oh,
shoes,
I
and
do see
under
that
the
now. Yeah,
table is a tiny, probably one of those like mini brand or whatever, Optimus Primes.
nice. Yeah, that's great.
So level of detail, great.
Yep.
Sense of depth, triangle composition, and even with April, there's a little bit of a light source above April's head.
Yeah, I noticed that.
It
That's a
gives
great.
that nice sense of separation.
Yes, that she is coming down through like a manhole cover. Some street light through there. Like at least again how I'm interpreting it.
Oh, and we have the fourth question of the night from M. McKinney. Fourth question I asked you guys: what underrated hero deserves a live-action movie? Now I'm asking, what underrated villain do you think deserves to make an appearance in the movie? Marvel or DC? Your choice.
I'm gonna sit on this one. I'm gonna think about it. But I did want to shout out real quick because I saw Ian Saunders in the house. That he's going to be on the next episode of Behind the Plastic with Sequential Plastic and Not a Bird and TMNT 1987. So just want to shout that out. I'm excited to watch that.
Yeah, me too. I also know he was on last night on Figuratively Speaking.
That's our TPC Discord moderators.
Mm-hmm. So Ian's making the rounds. Always good to see. Who would I say is a villain that could use some extra love? I'm cheating.
I would like. No, I wouldn't. Does anybody like Mr. Mixelplick? Does anybody actually like that guy? I mean, because I was gonna say that would be an interesting one. Am I even saying?
Sure.
Am I even saying his name right? I feel like that always threw me off. Gotta get him to say his name backwards. Mr. Mixelplick. I know. Shut up. Maybe him. I don't know. But then you're gonna get into Batmite, and I don't know.
Ooh. Oh no, Batmite is a hero. I was gonna say more Batmite.
I guess it would be interesting. Hey, there's another crossover. Give me Spider-Ham, Batmite, and Mr. Mixelplick in a movie.
Give me that crossover, but it takes place in Mojo World, and Mojo is the villain that I think is could make a great cameo in a movie. And then you could have Batmite, you could have Spider-Ham, you could have those kid Scotty Young like X-Men. And don't linger there for long. Like, give me like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You don't need to stay in Mojo World for too long.
Yeah, that would be a good one. That Mojo would be a fun standalone movie. Yeah.
Oh, Retro Storm says, I want to see Batman Beyond in ink get brought into live action.
Yeah, that now you're talking. I don't know how we haven't gotten a legit live action Batman Beyond.
Because they keep rebooting it. You need to get there.
I know. But McGinnis, man.
We haven't gotten Nightwing. Give me Nightwing.
True. That's true. That's true.
I mean, we got Titans. I agree. We got Titans. I was thinking movies.
Right. I don't know. I'm gonna still have to think about like other lower tier guys.
Bat. And McKinney says Man Bat.
Man Bat would be a good one. Well, like I guess because you're thinking, Man Bat would be awesome. That would be a fun
I think the question is still underused. The application, the mystique around the question would apply itself really well to say like an HBO Max series or Max series.
Yeah.
You're in a world where there's Batman, there's Superman, there's all these elements that can be a part of the environment that the question lives in, but they don't ever have to appear. And you can start to run down the B and C level villains.
Yeah. I was even going to say Talia al Ghul, and I'm like, oh wait, she was a big part of like the third Batman Nolan movie. Oops. Like, they've done her.
She was also a big part of Arrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Clayface.
Oh, Clayface.
Give me a Clayface movie. Give me a Clayface movie.
With your Clayface movie, is he like giant poop monster, or is he more of the animated series introduction of Clayface?
No, I would go animated. I told you I would if either of us were WB executives, I would go, oh, so we want to make a Batman movie, and I go, take this episode and make it 90 minutes. Like I would just go to the animated anything that's animated by Bruce and Tim and say, make that, like point to that and go, okay, just turn that into a movie.
I actually would do something different. I don't need it to be a movie per se, because I feel like they get too large and there's too much time gap between when you see them again.
Mm-hmm.
I would put it for what HBO was always meant to be. I want it to be Batman prestige television, where it's an hour long. You get 6 every year, or 18 months. You get 6 hours.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be that large spectacle, but it would just be recreating those classic adventures. So Heart of Ice, the Clayface episode, you can kind of start to just be like, this is all just villains and there's Batman in there. So it's all villain origin stories. And you give it like, I don't know, what for an hour, what do you need? Like $60 million, $70 million an episode. And it would just do so well.
It really would. You know what I would do to kick that off? Again, if you give me the keys to the Batman Kingdom, I would just take that one episode, what do they call it? Like the time I almost got him, or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah,
sitting around the poker table. Like that would be my start to your premise then, as like a thing. Like make this into the first 6 hours, and then it's just like be standalone stories. But like that, I would start there. And then it sets the tone for what you're seeing.
I would do it in reverse, and even when I'm thinking about the budget, we don't need $60 million an episode. It could be like 40. I don't know that budget side, but you could do it more economically than say $250 million for a new movie.
Sure.
But you do like 4 or 5 villain origin stories, and then you have one episode where it's like that, them sitting at a poker table. Or them on, Batman's on trial. Like, Batman did this to me.
Right.
And that becomes like the season finale type episodes, the epilogue episodes.
I guess what we're saying is, Ed McKinney, any lower tier Batman villain, because Batman has such a great rogues gallery. Batman and Spidey, they both have motivations that connect to you on a personal human level. Like you'll find somebody that's, again, you don't have to struggle for why they want to burn the world down or why they want to get them, like.
Oh yeah. Imagine DC, not DC, Disney Plus, made nice with Sony, and they did what we just described. Oh, he's gone. Nope, he's back.
Yes.
Did what we just described, but it's on Disney Plus, and it's villains.
Yeah.
It's the Chameleon. It's the Chameleon, Hobgoblin, Black Cat. Like, you start to like go through it, and it's for the characters they have very little intention of ever bringing to the big screen.
And we're just printing money at this point. I don't know why.
I mean, if they get $200 million for Secret Invasion, give a little money for these episodes, like standalones.
Right. Just because, like, when I hear people, like, I have been loving ever since like the superhero wave started. Like, that's been our whole lives. Like, our whole like teenage years through our adult lives has been all of these amazing superhero movies. I don't want to see them stop. I just want to see their quality improve.
I just want to see more. Yeah.
Like everything has been fine on both sides of the coin. Everywhere, everything's been fine. Nothing has been inspiring like it was for so long, right? And they can easily do that. But even Guardians 3, like right, like even Guardians 3 was like the bet. Like I said, I can totally understand. That's in the top tier of like Phase 4, Phase 5, right? Like that. Mm-hmm. I know you put it with No Way Home. I'm just saying, I don't want to say. I want to continue enjoying film and movies starring superheroes. We're giving them great ideas right now. These are great ideas. Of course, writers can't write anything. But like, these are great ideas.
Well, they can write it. They just can't do it.
Yeah.
You
Right.
know, connected to any contractual work. So no
What
one's
I'm
telling the
saying
writers
is,
like, you can't touch that laptop.
yeah, like they just like it would. How am I want to say this? So many lately have felt like 90s superhero movies. Like I'll point to Morbius, for instance, like very much a 90s action movie, big bad, little the story development, little character development. You know, like that's what I mean. And there's more of on the skewed side of that side of the spectrum than there is on like wow, like the film side, which is what we did get with Nolan and so much of the early MCU was like film worthy, you know, like
Yeah.
give us
Winter Soldier.
standalone
Everyone
villain
goes back to
episodes.
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, man. Well, because it's like so many people's favorite MCU movie. That was a spy thriller.
And then
First
even Civil
Ant-Man,
War.
Ocean's 11,
Civil
you know?
War, the first like big, like you had Avengers 2, but Civil War just felt bigger.
Yeah. So that's
All
all.
right.
You know, again, we love all this stuff. Make these villain episodes focused on the rogues galleries of Batman and Spider-Man, and we'll be happy. And you just keep cranking this content out. Hollywood. There's my top 3 rant for Toy Animations. Really nice job with your shot. I hope you've been enjoying watching this either live or on the replay.
But we were doing so good about just moving on topic smoothly.
I know.
I was like, we're doing
As
it.
I continue to scratch like these little spots, but I'm like, you got me all hyped up for superheroes. Ah!
Moving on to number 2.
Number 2. so it's somebody that you were just talking about before as one of your favorite guys to follow right now. Storybook Heroes. Jace is so good at everything in this toy photography realm. I know you were bringing up the words, you know, just again, the hype. I call, you know, it's like that hyper realistic. It's the atmospheric elements. You're looking at what feels not even like a movie still, like it feels like a picture taken on scene, you know?
Like the toy feels like it came to life.
Right.
And yeah, the level of depth in Storybook Heroes photos, it's so good. Like it's incredible. And I think last time we asked, he was featured and we asked the questions like, what's a goal? And he said like more dioramas. Like there are more that you need.
Yeah. He wanted more dioramas to make more depth. And I'm like, look at all the depth you have. But
like,
but again,
I'm
we're not going to
supportive.
stop you, Jace. We're not going to stop you. Get as many dioramas as you want, man. But even in this picture, look at the layers of depth all the way back to the explosion and the brick wall, I think, right behind even that.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it. And it's like a lot of that kinetic energy with the, you know, with the run, getting the run down, things flying around.
That little bit of atmosphere at the feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, great touch. This photo is phenomenal. This page is phenomenal. As with everyone in the top 10, please give them a follow, give them a visit. You'll see something you love, you like, you want to talk about. It might inspire your next shot or your next goal. And we have answers. So for the very first one, I think these are the alternate questions, right? Or are those?
I sent the whole thing, but so he probably answered the alternate because he's been in here before because he's very good at this.
So the very first question, like, what's a favorite toy of yours this year, other than the one-arm Wolverine I did? I have an old school Centurions figures that was a hand-me-down. Didn't have the weapons anymore, but he was so cool to play with. So that's either this year or his favorite all time.
Okay.
For the figure, it's the SHF Hulk figure. It looks like the Avengers Assembled one with the pick people up by pinching them.
Right.
The idea came from not wanting to waste a great setup. I used it for a Ghostbusters shot and decided to turn it into chaos. Simply put, why not have Hulk sprint through it and destroy everything?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, capture that. And for the final question, I think it's what's making you happy. I love the support from everyone. Watching others grow in their photos is such a sight to see. Everything about it, I love. Absolutely. I love seeing people evolve and step up. It's noticeable for the people that I
Yeah.
see frequently. I'm just like, wow, up your game.
Yeah, man.
We actually have one person in the chat right now, Mr. Sequential Plastic Zach, a fellow that certainly has upped his game dramatically this summer.
Hmm.
Moving on to the top spot.
Congratulations, Jace. Almost there, man. You almost cracked that number one. You'll get there. You'll get there. But in the meantime, it is number one. It is our friend Marco, aka Action Figures Dreamer. Man, Marco, he's heard me say this so many times, and that's okay. And I will tell him as many times as he wants. I call him the scroll stopper because when you are going through your feed, he will get you to stop and pay attention to his post, and you get absorbed. And yeah, like Marco's work is something else.
Yeah, this is beautiful. His work is that perfect blend of digital backgrounds and the figure, and it's seamless, and he does a great job. Specifically with this photo, with that light coming out from behind Spider-Man's back, and you get this little bit of textured atmosphere around the light by his feet. It's a really good touch, and it makes it seem seamless.
Yeah, and I mean, classic Spider-Man pose, but I was just screwing around with this Riveltech again, and I just when I was posing, I love that over hunch, that over stylized hunch, and change, like the different hand selections, but it is just like it's so brutal. I just know that this is an angry Pete too. I love it.
Yeah, it's a great pose. The figure is awesome. I wish the leg would sound. The figure is awesome. Yeah, Revoltech. It's the company that has become my favorite one this year, or one I've invested into the most this year. For this exact reason. That pose, that bend, the deep on the ankle and the knees up, you can't get it with any other figure.
Right. Yeah. Oh, Marco. Really well done, man. Well done. And I did share your answers that you had sent me. I sent them to Chew over here, so he's got them for you.
Yep. For the favorite toy growing up, being an 80s kid, I have to say Motu. I had each and every figure, plus the Grayskull Castle. That's awesome. What figure is in the photo? Of course, we know it's the amazing Yamaguchi Spider-Man 2.0 Mark 4 suit. It's Mark 4? Oh,
that is Mark 4.
That's awesome. Yeah. And for the story behind the photo, I'm a big fan of Spider-Man, and I collect Spider-Man comics since I was a kid. Also, one of the main factors of all my shots is posing and detail. So I tried to combine all that in this shot and achieve an iconic Spidey pose, worthy of the character. All the assets used in this shot are digital, edited using Photoshop. I rendered all the lighting effects using Photoshop and used layered masks to refine those same lighting effects to create a seamless blend. Magical.
Wow. Yeah.
That's just magical. I have no talent when it comes to that. And for the final question of what's making you happy in the toy community right now, I gotta say that it's like a brotherhood, full of affection and loyalty for people who you have something in common with. Absolutely agree with that.
Well, congratulations, Marco. So again, Action Figures Dreamer. I think this is your second time coming in number one since we've been talking head guys. Am I right about that?
I want to say yes.
Right? I'm almost positive.
I think so.
Yeah, so Action Figure Dreamer, Marco, well done. Congrats to everybody in the top 10 tonight. What a great lineup. What a great set. Thanks for bearing with me as I've been eating up and bit. And you know how we like to hang out and chit-chat and ramble on. But yeah, it just wasn't meant to be tonight.
No,
we still went an hour and a half.
Let's make it past midnight.
Well, the good news is, again, as we get into September, we've made this joke, but Toy Father and I are going to have to keep our streams to a more reasonable bedtime for us come September. So this is again, we're just we're tightening it up week by week as we approach back to school.
Don't worry, people in the chat. I won't let them ditch out on the chat on the show too soon. I was being friendly because I know how much I hate bug bites. Forced segue.
Oh
With
yeah,
the
yeah.
fast pass feature.
Oh yeah,
If
we're
you
not going
like
anywhere just yet. Is that?
included,
Yeah, don't worry.
use the hashtag bug bites, and you will be featured on the Toy Pick Community Instagram page next week. Oh, and McKinnon, thank you for giving us more things to discuss. Okay, one of my many last questions. Have you ever said a toy pick with a storyline behind it, and you thought your storyline was on MCU thinking level? And if so, what storyline? I have not.
I mean, nothing has ever been on that kind of level. Like I'm, like if we're thinking like MC, just like big grand scale, the stories I tell, I know that we both do this, Chewy, but like we're kind of like one and done type. Like we don't do series. We do like, either a portrait or like a single panel type story, right? Like I'm just trying to speak for you. I just
shoot basically one photo and I break down the set and I move on.
Right.
And the only time I ever did a storyline, it was with I received some Legos early on from Stuck in Plastic, that community. It was with the Marvel minifigures, the blind bags, and I got Sylvie and Loki, and it made a 4-panel depiction of a date night gone wrong. And that's the only time I ever did a storyline.
Yeah. So so nothing. I've never done anything on an MCU like level in terms of quality or expansion of storyline. But that's something that we keep talking about doing. Again, as things evolve in this hobby, like I know that's something that we've talked about with our Between the Sentinels boys, and trying to do maybe some storyline collab stuff. And I know people have done it on here. Been part of groups where we've done things, and so yeah, just as as much as I would love it. You know what? I did once. The closest I got to actually, no, I guess I've done it a couple times, but nothing recently. I did a Deadpool pranks the Terminator, and I did a whole sequence of shots to tell that stupid story. And what was the other one I was just thinking of? It was Deadpool versus Reptile from Mortal Kombat. So it was like just more of a fight scene, but it was the sequence leading up to the fatality.
Oh, okay.
So that was fun. Okay. That was neat. Oh, you know what? And I did one. I did another one with Deadpool. Deadpool is always like my main story driver, where Deadpool saved Happy Hogan and Aunt May from Zombie Cap.
Oh, okay.
Like I did a little 4-panel story with, and he asking for 5-star Uber service. Because
we should try to make this into a month-long challenge, maybe in the fall.
Like
tell us a story.
Yeah, you know what? And actually, this is really interesting because I did see parallel thinking. For the record, and I know I've mentioned this before, but I'm very big into like the energies of the world. Right? We're all connected, molecule-wise, however you want to look at it. Right? We're all connected. I swear, I was trying to think of how to pitch this as a potential like toy pick community thing where I don't know how, like this is like I'm just talking it out now, but like imagine like a challenge would be like we get, I don't know, these mashup ideas, right? And we have people who's the victor, and people could be like, if it's Wolverine versus Spider-Man, people would submit shots with Wolverine winning, and other people would submit shots with Spidey winning. And then that would be a fun, but it would be like a month long.
Oh, and then we count like based on that, who actually wins.
Right.
Oh, that'd be cool.
See, so McKinney, look at you. It's combining mashups. It's combining like some of these ideas, storytelling elements. I don't know. Something. We just have to figure out, we have big ideas. And again, the show isn't going anywhere. We're going to continue.
Maybe that will become the hashtag TPC_ the winner is.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
I hope Quintastic's in the chat and can design.
Yeah, writing this down. Please, Clint.
I'm messaging
You're
him.
the best.
I didn't see his
No,
name today.
yeah.
I'll message him and be like, hey,
Yeah.
can you make that logo? And we'll start to run with that next month.
Yep.
All right. We got 6 that are in the hashtag for the Fast Pass feature. I'm going to give it another 10 seconds or so. But all it is that you just enter that and your photo will be featured on the Toy Pick community next week.
It's really great. It's a really nice thing. Nice boost to your reach.
Actually,
So
last thing, if you care to do so and you have not done so already, please click like. It makes me happy. 78. Hop over to the TPC Toy Pick community page if you do want it. But yeah, click that like. Subscribe if you have not done so. Ring that notification bell. Share out to anyone that you think may enjoy this content. We would appreciate it. It will help us grow and help us do more. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. It always means a lot. That what Yimbo always says. Anyone that spends any part of their life with us, it really is appreciated. As we talk about kind of nonsense.
yeah, but in a smiley, laughy way. It's all good.
Yeah, absolutely.
By the way, 78 popping in makes me reminds me I have not forgotten about getting this going, and I think maybe I'll get the work put in so it's all geared up. But I would love to do a week. Maybe that could be like our intro back in September. But like, I still really love that diorama makers being the nominators for a week. So 78 points, even though he also takes immaculate photos using his own dios, but like 78 points would pick like artists that use his work.
Oh,
to
yeah.
be featured. Like I really want to do
Let's
that. He
plan
wouldn't be
for
the
that.
only one.
Let's plan it first week of September, that first show back. 78, especially because you're gonna get a lot of photos with your diorama in
I
it.
know. I've
over
seen
this next
so many
month.
people getting their batches now.
Of course, Machu and J-Shot pull off this fantastic photo immediately. I don't even think they looked at the diorama for more than a second, but they pulled off something awesome. But yeah, 78, if you're in first week of September, we would love that. You can pick, I don't know how many number of photos that you would like to,
Yeah, we'll talk to TPC.
Yeah.
We'll get the, but I haven't forgotten about this idea because I think it's really clutch. Because again, like 78 points is a man of many talents. But like I know somebody like Lone Wolf, like Kevin, is a master at making these dios, and then he's always like very complimentary, like about what I can do with as a photographer with them. And I just think it'd be really cool because again, there's so many people out there that you guys talk that all of our circles are big. And some overlap, some don't. So it's just nice to get to meet new people and get more eyeballs on their work and all of that fun stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
I don't know
also
everybody. Neither do you, Chewy. We don't know everyone.
Yeah, I know. That's unfortunate. We try to know as many people as we can, but we're just this is just 2 men's journey from the tour aisle.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
start merging phrases across shows.
That's all it is. Yep.
All right, I'm clicking this button right now.
Let's do it. Halfway through, I can't not make the sounds. Hey,
Sketch Story Corner. Thank you so much. We will actually, for retro, TPC actually just asked that, retro sent the photo to us directly. So sketches, we'll talk.
Yeah. Sweet.
Hey, it's Unworthy just jumping in at the very end. Yes, unfortunately you missed it, but hey.
We're not doing a marathon. Sorry, Unworthy. Yeah, no long show tonight. As you can see, I am not in my basement, and I'm being eaten alive by Jersey Shore mosquitoes or flies or whatever these things are. But we have had an amazing show. I mean, like I've had an amazing time with all of you, I should say. So it was an amazing time for myself. You ready to smoke a cigarette, Shit? Was it a great time for you too?
I'm not proposing that. We're trying to keep it clean.
You're not saying it wasn't good for you? It was just good for me.
I might be saying that. All right, folks. I believe that marks the end of our show. Thank you again for joining us. Yimbo, do you want to say anything?
And I just want to shout out, so not burn out a plane. Don't worry. Because of changing look, all of that fun stuff. He sent in a little thing. It gave me some ideas for ways to do lullabies and endings to our show. Again, as we, kind of coast into September. Like we just try to ease the gas in August and just kind of ride out the rest of our summer. So we have some ideas. You got me going with ideas. But this is awesome. And thank you guys so much. Don't forget to check out Toy Talk from this past Monday night.
Oh,
right?
That's
It was
right.
Toy Father and he had a bunch of Simon Toast. And then didn't I see 88?
And J-Shot and
Macho, right? It was a whole, It was
and myself. It was a toy photographer variety hour.
Yeah.
Which I think is what a lot of our shows are becoming.
I know, which has been fun. Again, these are just it's excuses to hang out with our buddies and again try to. I don't know. It's always fun. It's always a blast. And I was about to say Sunday night was my show, which you should go check that out too if you're looking for more fun toy stuff. And I was like, who was on that show? Oh yeah, same friends because we enjoy hanging out.
That one?
Yes, you did.
Yeah,
you did. Yep.
So I'm making a habit to show up on shows at the very last minute and then extending the show for another half an hour.
That's perfect. I like that game.
That's my move. That's my finishing move. You think you're done? No. But tonight we are done. Thank you so much. I have a new lullaby so Yimbo's voice can lull you off into the night. Thank you all.
Unite my toy collectors, photographers, and more. We had some fun tonight, but we're out of pictures to explore. We thank you for your time. It was nothing but sublime. Though it's time to go to bed, don't be filled with dread, because next week we'll be right here. Your toy daddies will appear to bring you joy and laughter every night and here on after.